All right, we're live. Welcome everybody to Community Connections with Tiffanie Daniels. And today I have a very special guest for Making Money Mondays. My friend, one of the best traders, international traders in all over the world, and one of the best educational platforms that's out there for Forex, Lee Allen. Everybody, help me welcome Lee Allen. And Dr. Lee, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Give us some background information.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for having me on today. I'm excited to be able to share and give just a little bit more knowledge and understanding about what's going on in this space. So for me, personally, I knew absolutely nothing about Forex. This was beyond what I thought was my skill set. I had 3 businesses, and most, they were home-based businesses, interior design. I had, this construction business and some other things going on, and I was really busy. One thing about those businesses is they took up a lot of my time. Right. And so I was, working easily 16 hours a day and, to get the job done with assistance. I had, with help in the office and everything. And so a really good friend of mine, she called me and she said, Lee, I have something for you. This is exciting. I think it's going to be great for you. She told me a little bit about it. And I was like, no way. No. Because immediately I think of Wall Street. I think of, that was not anything that I thought I was going to be able to master at all, and I didn't want to set myself up for any failure. And so I just said, no, I'm not interested. I can't do that. So she is a very diligent businesswoman. I will tell you right now. And she hears no as not right now.
Right.
Or I didn't quite get enough information. So she did not give up on me. And I will have to tell you that I'm so happy that she didn't give up on me. So she kept after me for about 3 months every day. Lee, look what I'm doing. Lee, look, I'm selling gold. Lee, look, I'm buying gold. Lee, look, this is what we're doing today. And finally, about 3 months, I was like, okay, what do I need to do? What is this? What do I have to do? She's like, oh, it's easy, And so I will say that I wouldn't say that it's easy. All right. It's simple. It isn't that it's, I don't want to put it in any category of what's simple, what's hard, what's difficult, because it was new. So of course it was going to be difficult for me. I didn't know anything about it. Everything I heard was like they were speaking a foreign language. So she said, oh, you just register and you start joining the academy and you just start watching these videos. Everybody is familiar with online. In the world we're in today, everybody knows what online training is now, because we're all working online. And so, so I started watching the videos and I was like, yeah, I don't know what they're saying. I need a whole new, thesaurus or book with these definitions, because they were saying, pips and long and short and this and that. And I thought, I don't know what they're talking about. So that's why I say, is it going to feel difficult? Yeah, it's going to feel difficult. I'm probably going way more than what you expected.
That's okay.
Like, oh, okay, got.
Oh, it's cool.
So with this, I just, really kind of wanted to say how, and I think I was supposed to be telling more about me, but anyway, I did decide that it took me probably 2 weeks and then I was hooked. And so I fell absolutely in love with this. I've been married for 35 years and have 2 amazing sons. And, we've been in ministry, we've had our own businesses. And I will just tell you, maybe this is for a little bit later on. I'll tell you later on what trading what this platform has done for us.
That's fantastic. That's great. So let's get right on into it because people want to know, what is Forex and is it a scam?
Wow. So I think if you Google anything, it's a scam. Church is a scam. The government's a scam. Everything's a scam. So I really don't put a whole lot of stock. Since we're talking about trading, I don't put a whole lot of stock into, is it a scam? Because what happens is, someone either doesn't understand something or whatever, and they'll throw up something that says it's a scam. There are things out there that are scams, but I will tell you that trading has been around since 3000 BC. It absolutely is not a scam. And every, the businesses, financial institutions, banks, everyone trades Forex, including your bank. Right. So what happens at nighttime when, you're sleeping, or maybe in the daytime too, they sweep the accounts and they actually trade our money. Now, you and I get like 0.00001% of that. You make $1 or you make 10 cents or whatever on your money. And they are making literally billions of dollars. Trillions of dollars, because the Forex market is traded worldwide, and it is $6 to $7 trillion a day is traded in this market. And so it's absolutely not a scam. If you went to Europe and you needed to hand them a US dollar for their euro, you just traded in the Forex market.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't realize that. You got a passport, you've been manually in the Forex market, but we're in the digital market now. Let's go big or go home, right?
That's right. Absolutely.
So people want to ask this too. Can I really make money? And let's see, am I going to make a little bit of money, or is it possible to make a ton of money on doing this?
So yes and yes. You can make a little bit of money. You can make a lot of money after you learn the skill. All right. So this is a master skill. And so I think what happens is so many people will, they see maybe what someone else is doing. Of course, there's someone today that made $10,000 or $50,000, or on Wall Street, somebody probably made $1 million today. Right. But you and I, we're called retail traders. And so how much we can make depends on the account size that we start with, because the one thing that we learn is risk management. So we want to always use proper risk management. So maybe if I'm going to trade 10 cents per in my trade, if I'm going to trade a 10-cent lot, well, then it's not likely that I'm going to make $10,000 today on that trade. Right. All right. But so, what happens is you get in where you fit in, right? And you start trading the account that you have, and you start building it and growing it. And over time, you get to increase your lot sizes. And so I know I'm probably talking German right now. I'm talking lot sizes. It's like, okay, where'd that come from? But we're trading our little 10 cents. And so we're going to make a reasonable amount today. And so yes, you can make a little. Yes, you can make a lot. Over time, you'll as you learn and your knowledge increases and your account size increases, your investment account, then you will make more based on that.
Okay. So you brought up risk management. What are the risks?
Well, so the first thing I like to tell people is you never trade money you can't afford to lose. Right. Because with all investments, whether it's Charles Schwab or anything, there's always going to be a risk. It's the market. But the wonderful thing for me and, trading is teaching proper risk management. So let's just say, you start with $100. And I say, well, you don't want to risk more than 1.5% or 3%. So you're going to risk $3, right, to make 5 or 10. So we like to use proper risk management. So that way, we are not robots, and we're not going to win every time. But if we win 7 out of 10 times or 6 out of 10 times, we are winning at the end of the day.
Right.
And so, always, don't be afraid of the loss. So we like to call them learning sessions. Don't be afraid to learn or lose. All right. That's just part of it. The main thing is learning so that you're winning more than you're losing.
And I'll be honest with you. I love watching your sessions.
Yes.
We'll talk a little bit about, the strategy that you use a little bit later, but I'm a high frequency Forex person. Yes. So like, even to me, and I know about lot size and stuff, I still am like on the Forex trades, the regular Forex trades, I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like, I have to be mindful. So I've been studying like some of your sessions and some other people's just to kind of get an idea of the proper risk management for that and proper entry points and things like that. So I think I love your classes because you make it simple.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for people like me that may have a little bit, of a learning curve down. Like some people you see and they're like rattling stuff off, you go on some sessions, but I like your sessions because you really break down, what it is, how to do it and how to get it done.
Good. I'm glad you said that because today people were like, oh my goodness, she's going so fast, I'm lost. And so, I think what happens is when you're brand new, yes, but when you come to the session every day, you kind of get accustomed to the flow and right. you learn.
Absolutely. So a lot of people, when they think about trading and Forex, a lot of, especially like cryptocurrency and Forex, there's different markets. It's 24 hours a day. People want to know, do I have to stay up all night or get up super early to trade?
Well, that's the great thing about it being a 24-hour market is that you can trade whenever it's convenient for you. So there are times in the market when the market moves faster than other times. But, we have people who work 9 to 5. They come home. They have to get dinner ready. They have to, get the kids to bed, whatever. And then they'll sit down and they'll do some trading. And so the great thing about the market is it never sleeps. Money never sleeps. Right. And so you can definitely get into the market at whenever it works best for you. And, the other side to that is for me personally, if I were just trading and not teaching every day, 1, 2, maybe 3 hours a day and I'm done. Right. Sometimes 1 hour. But you can just trade 1 hour or whatever a day and, make your goals. Or you can trade, I've got people who just love to stare and watch it all day or, whatever works for you. But definitely for the most part, we have most of us will trade, 1 hour. I know a couple of people who trade like 30 minutes and they're done. And so, absolutely, that's no, you do not have to trade and be on all the time.
Okay, great. So let's get into some terms.
Okay.
What does it mean when people say bullish and bearish? Now, this can be for the stock market or for Forex, but what does that mean when you say bullish and bearish?
So whenever, and it's for the stock market, crypto, whatever you're trading, for all markets, what happens is when a market is bullish, and you'll hear this on Bloomberg or, CNN, business news, when a market is bullish, what you want to think of is, and I always kind of do a visual, and that is you have a bull has horns and a bull goes up like that, right?
Right.
So when a market is bullish, that means that this market is trending in an upward pattern. All right. So no market ever goes straight up or straight down. Well, maybe in 5 minutes it might, but not over amount of time. So So whenever a market is bullish, then that means that this market is trending up. It might come down a little bit and then it goes up, comes down a little bit and goes up. So that's a bull market or rally. All right. So when the market rallies, that means that the market is moving up. Okay. Then a bear market. So with a bear, you want to envision a bear and his claws are up. And when a bear attacks, he comes down, right? He presses down on you. So that's a bear market. And a bear market is the opposite of a bull market. So a bear is when the market is coming down. It might move up a little bit, but overall, this market is in a downward trend. And so then we say, the sellers have taken control. So whenever the sellers have taken control of this market, then the market is going down. It's a bear market.
Awesome. So what is a pip? And what is
What's a pip? Well, so whenever you're looking at currency, for instance, and you have your dollar, your ones place and your tens place and all of that, with trading, they add a few extra decimal places because when we're trading, we're actually trading like micro decimal places, or we're trading like the 10th of a point. Okay. So whenever a pip is a percentage in point. All right. And so maybe if you were going to buy or sell, you're going to make money whenever, if you're buying and it goes up, price goes up 1/10 of a point. I always envision a mileage odometer, and you know how for 1 mile to happen, you have to go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, flip. Now we're at 2.
Right.
Well, guess what? In trading, we make money at the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Every 10th of a point, we can make money. So say, for instance, I traded based on 10 cents a pip. So from 0 to 9 is 10 pips, 10 1/10, right? So I made $1 before that mileage odometer flipped to 2. So that is a pip. It's just this 10th of a point or percentage in profit.
Awesome. And what can we describe as a candlestick? So people might be, because we don't have any visuals, it might be a little hard to explain it. But what is a candlestick on like a chart? Like if you pull up a chart, what is a candlestick?
So have you ever seen like a heart monitor or a blood pressure monitor at the hospital? So the very first time I saw a chart, I was like, what in the world? Somebody's got a bad heart. I don't know what's going on here. But so it was really, kind of funny. It was these jiggy jaggies on this, screen. And it's really funny because they do give you these, we call them candlesticks. So they're little filled in colored lines. And this is where we can kind of see if the market's going up or the market's coming down. And I guess I can't screen share, can I?
You can. I think you can. Look on the bottom of the screen. You see screen, share screen.
Let me see if it's going to tell me what screen I'm sharing so I can show them. I'm almost there.
Okay. Looks like you have 6 monitors or something.
I do. That's why I'm trying to pick a monitor. I know. I love trading. Though. I love trading.
You're the boss. That's what happens when you're the boss. You have setups like that. My setup doesn't look like that.
It's so much fun, y'all. I tell you, let me just say this, talking about getting addicted to something, just totally addicted to it. It is a blast. All right. So trying to look and see which one is actually showing. It's this one right here.
I got it.
Yes, there it is. So I will zoom in just a little bit so you guys can just go ahead and see exactly what a candle is. Look at this. So that's what I'm telling you. You know, some days you look at these things, you think, wow, somebody's heart's not looking good or something, or maybe it is looking good. I wouldn't know that either if I saw that.
Right.
But see these little lines right here, these nice colored lines? These are called candlesticks. The reason why we call them candles is because they have these little wicks on top.
Right.
So we have them set up. You can choose your own colors and all of that. But like I have them set up whenever the market's going up, my candle's green. Whenever the market's coming down, my candle is red. So that kind of gives us a little bit more of a visual on what a candlestick is. And this, remember, the bears are down. Look at this. So
Right.
This is where we can see this is a bear market. It's definitely coming down. And so what we just kind of, that's the dollar, y'all, just in case you're wondering. That's our old US dollar right there.
Wow.
And so the price of the dollar has been coming down.
Oh, wow.
And now it's going up. So let me go ahead. That was just a little visual. We can get rid of that for a minute.
Okay.
But that kind of gives you like an idea. What is a candle? So if you've never seen one before, there it is. It's nothing amazing, but it sure is fun. I'll tell you right now.
Okay, so I brought up the fact that you use a strategy. A lot of people wouldn't know what that is if they weren't on the academy, but it's called pivots. And
yes.
So pivots use pivot points and trend lines. Can you explain what support and resistance means?
Well, I still think that if I explain it, I ought to show it. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because that would definitely be something that I'll put it over here so people can see it.
All right.
All right. Now, so let me just first, I'll kind of show you what pivots is and, what support and resistance is. So you guys are getting a nice, good education here.
And listen, people pay for this type of education right now. You guys are getting it for the free. So Dr. Lee, thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So whenever you think of support and resistance, all right. So when you think of support, you're going to think of the floor. Okay. So if you bounced a tennis ball, it went up, it hit the ceiling, which is resistance, and it come back down and hit the floor, which is support. Okay. So you're bouncing a tennis ball, hits the ceiling, comes down, hits the floor. Now, the next wave, it didn't quite have as much velocity, did it? It kind of ran out of steam.
Right.
And it hit this resistance level. All right. So in trading, what happens is we've got these areas marked of support and resistance. Now, the amazing thing is that what was once support can become resistance. All right. So in this case, it was support here. The market broke through it, and then it was resistance. It couldn't come through here, but then the next candle, it broke through, and then it became a support again. All right. Then this next line, it's resistance. So, but what happens is these are areas in the market, support and resistance. These are areas in the market where Probably traders closed trades in the past. It's an area where the market paused at that price level, and then it either came down or went up. All right. So anytime I used to think, and I still do sometimes, I'm like, this market trading, it's like magic, because I kid you not, I have drawn support and resistance lines right here in 2020. And then I can look at my chart back to 1996. And if price had been in that area, it acted like today. It hit support and resistance. And I was like, this is like magic. I mean, I love this. But what we like to say is history always repeats itself.
Right.
Look to the left for clues. Okay. And so pivots is a strategy that I teach and on the in the academy. And our pivot chart always has the support and resistance levels already marked for you. So you don't have to go and hunt them yourself. Now, if you want to throw a few extra in there, you can. I do that sometimes as well on higher time frames. But it's just an area where the market has a tendency to bounce or pivot or reverse. All right. So the market was held, it broke through, it came back up, and then look, the market is bullish in this case on this particular chart. This is the NASDAQ. You hear it on Bloomberg all the time. The NASDAQ's doing this and the NASDAQ's doing this. Guess what? I have to say this real quick.
Say it.
It is so fun to see somebody that you haven't seen in a long time, maybe since high school, or I don't know, just it's been a minute since you've seen them.
Right.
And they're like, well, what do you do? You know, and they're just dying to tell you what they are doing, right? But they're going to give you the opportunity first. What do you do now? I was like, oh, I just kind of sell oil and gold, and I buy and sell the Dow and the Nas. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. What do you do? I'm just teasing. I'm playing around with it. Not really. I'm serious. It's just like, because they're looking at you like, oh, well, nothing against a real estate agent, but like, oh yeah, I'm a real estate agent. I was like, well, that's great. I love that. I just play it, but it's kind of cool. People are like, oh wow, that sounds really hard. And so, but I do have to say that trading has been the biggest blessing for our family. It's absolutely given us time freedom, and it's given us financial freedom. So we've been able to do a lot and help a lot of people, which that's the thing about having financial freedom, is being able to help others.
Absolutely. You said it all. Yeah, a couple more questions and we're going to make sure we get you out of here on time.
Okay.
What is a take profit? What does take profit and stop loss mean?
Well, I just need to leave that screen right on up there, don't I?
That's the last one of like the actual terms.
Oh, that's all right. Okay. So whenever you enter into a trade, and this is really a good example right here. So whenever we enter into a trade, we want to know where we're going. Are we going to, and let me go ahead. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because this is an actual trade we're in right now.
Oh, Lord.
I know, right? So we're in this trade. This blue line shows where we got in at. All right. This green line, this orange line, and this red line are where we're going to take profit at. So we got in the trade here, and we're going to take profit right here. So what that means is that I'm saying I'm going to sell, and I'm going to get out of this trade right here. So I entered at 12,533, and I'm going to get out at 12,500. So that way, I'm telling my broker whenever price, all right, because these are prices over here. Whenever price reaches that price right there, I want you to close my trade.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to watch it and close it myself. I put in a take profit so that the broker will close my trade when price reaches that level. And same thing for stop loss. So what I do for a stop loss, for instance, is I will say, okay, I'm going to get in here. I'm going to get out here. And if the market goes the other way, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not going to go down right now, or it's going to, but it's going to go up first.
Right.
I don't want to just let it keep going up and up and up and up. I'm in this trade, you know. I want to put in a stop loss. So that way, if this market went up here, the broker would do the same thing. He would close me out. So I'm just not running. I don't have a runaway trade.
Right.
And so I'm just not going to lose all my money and go, oh my gosh, I lost all my money. No, I lost 3%. I lost whatever it is you put in there. So you have a stop loss and you have a take profit.
Awesome.
Yes.
Great. That was a great definition of that. So if we were just beginners, what currency pair do you suggest that we try to start studying and looking at? You know, what's an easy one that doesn't jump or have much momentum? You know, like some people like get right into Bitcoin and will blow their account right away.
Right. And so EURUSD is a great pair to get started with. I'm going to throw out another one of those words at you. It has a small spread.
Okay.
It's the smallest spread of all of our currency pairs. And so, so what the EURUSD, the euro is strong, the US dollar, those are two major currency pairs in the world. So you're going to get some movement, but it's not going to be like whipsaw, you know, like gold and NAS and GBP, JPY. So I think that's a great pair to start with, EURUSD, and that way you can kind of get your feelers out there and you can watch the market and you can kind of learn a little bit as you're going. And you always start in a demo account anyway. You're never going to risk your own money. Absolutely. You're always going to start in a demo account. That way it's the real market, but it's monopoly money. You don't have to worry about losing your own money.
Right. Absolutely. Well, if you guys want to get started and get on some of this type of education that Lee Allen is bringing, I'm going to drop in the comments a link, and you guys need to sign up a contact information form, and we'll make sure that you get connected with her. And she does, like I said, she's one of the best educators out there, and see how easy she made that, guys. And when you get into the academy and that type of education, you go from the very beginning. You're not just going to jump into something. You go from the very beginning all the way to the end, and then you can jump on her sessions and learn how the market works. And her students are killing it. You know, they were like, last week, I just started seeing like, oh my gosh, all these things were happening, and they are making a killing over there. So I just want to thank you again for coming on. Do you have any last words?
My favorite thing to say is, my second favorite thing to say is, bam, TP hit.
Bam.
The other thing is, you know what, guys, I'd like to see you in class. That way we can see you trading on the beaches of the world.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again so much. I appreciate you. And thank you guys for tuning in.
Absolutely.
Thank you.